everyone. My name is Drago. Today is a new day. It's a new patch in the game. It's a new big old middle finger to the community. Welcome to the stream, everybody. Really wish that today was under better auspices, but we are going to be watching some fights. We're going to be doing some chatting about today's events and discussing what it means from a short-term standpoint, from a long-term standpoint, looking at the full picture on what this all means to everybody. I think we'll also be doing just a little bit of WTFing in the chat, I'm sure. And I'm right there with you guys. I really am. I've seen the explanation from the liaison team from Lilith, and it just doesn't do enough, does it? You know, it just doesn't do enough. You know, I see them trying to make sense of it. Like, I see them really trying to make sense of this change. By the way, I'm in Lost Kingdom Heroic Anthem C11482. This is the one with OV in it, by the way. So Kingdom 52. They're fighting on two sides right now. They're in Wind Camp. They're fighting Water Camp and Earth Camp. I'm sorry, Water Camp and Fire Camp. It's left side versus right side. There's definitely will be a rant today, I'm sure. There might be a few rants, as the title suggests. And again, you guys know I am a sponsored content creation channel for Rise of Kingdoms. So, you know, I'll keep it PC and I'll keep it respectful. But I'm also going to tell you like it is. I will not sugarcoat my feelings on the matter, nor will I mute the community's concerns either. So you feel like you need to say something about it, go right ahead and put that in chat. And say your piece. Say your piece. That's what this stream is for. Again, I will also say my piece on what I feel like is going down. And we'll go from there. I want to welcome everybody to the chat, though. We got X-Percy still harping on the Pelagius behind Richard on the Garrison. That's nice. George says, hashtag no more AP. We have Joker, hashtag make Barb Forts great again. Kato just throws a Leo emoji out. I feel like that's in response to the AP changes, so that's a thing. Eric Rock, welcome to the stream. Good to see you. One of my ancient Kraken members, by the way. For those of you that don't know, Eric has the rights to tell me every month a video that he wants me to make because he is an ancient Kraken member. How about that? We've also got James Brown in the house doing some dancing and some singing. Tell Lilith Nerf is for the kids' toys only. Give us healing potions and all KVKs. That's the patch we really want. Yeah, at this point, I've kind of given up on any positive changes. I mean, would y'all agree? It just seems like one after the other of changes that don't make sense. Just don't make sense. Can I get unlimited AP here? You can get unlimited AP safe space here. How about that? You just see a greedy person always demands more and more to never-ending point. Rock community already need to realize this is endless pit. No one can do anything. Yeah. Yo, Drago, is your Kingdom D account still on KBK or it ended already? I'm no longer in a Kingdom D for any of my accounts. David wants those rants. You'll get them. You'll get them, my friend. Send you. They're brainless. Lost says the AP fort change. Yes. God of 300 says, I'm just going to buy AP. No problems. No problems. Whale mode. There is no competition. The idiots that come up with these shit ideas need to be fired. I'm not going to lie. I'm kind of behind you on that. It's a little rough. It's a little rough. No doubt about it. Even if the follow through with the AP update, that the players who actually play the game will drop down drastically. And also I don't know if this is going to be necessarily a massive revenue drop. It is kind of a crap update, I will say that. That being said, I don't know if this is going to have a massive impact because I don't think that this is going to necessarily change the player base one way or the other. I think it's going to be just like the healing change, right? You know, when they change the healing speed to have a cap, it sucked. It still sucks. Still don't think it should be a part of the game. But people still pay. People still play. people still have a good time in the game. So I don't know if it's going to be, you know, a massive impact on revenue and player base like people are saying. Obviously, it's one of those things where its recency certainly makes it worse than it, worse than it probably is. At the end of the day, though, I really think it's just another one of those things that who the F is asking for this? Like, who came up to the developers and was like, listen, there's a problem in this game. And the problem is that there's people in alliances getting free action point potions because of the mechanic that you have in the game. And that needs to be addressed. Who's saying that? Who is coming up to them and saying this? Is it the same person that came up to them and said, listen, guys, there's another huge problem. Y'all need to give me a raise because I'm identifying so many problems in this game. Here's another problem. Swarm damage is just not enough. When you're swarming something, it's just not doing enough damage. I'm going to need you to add a 10% buff into the crystal tech so that we can make swarming better. Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's the one we want. That's the one we want to do. So far, this employee, this rando employee, whoever's come up with this garbage, has said there's too many action point potions being leached. Just leached from people not doing the forts. So we need to correct that right away. Right away. Okay? Then, before all that, we also need to add in a crystal tech that will give a player that can bring 7 marches of 430,000 plus troops with full maximum legendary gear be able to swarm. That's one player, by the way. Give them the ability to swarm a target, whether it be a garrison or a rally, and give additional 10% damage to all of those marches. That's a required thing. Then on top of everything else, before that happened, we're like, you know what? We implemented these new crystal changes to make it easier for smaller players or non-spending players or even low-spending players to compete in KVK with the new crystal tech that we've brought out over the last 1.5 to 2 years. We've added all these different changes. If you'll notice, the only thing that they've implemented that's not been touched yet is the crystal quest, which is something you gotta pay for. Okay? So they've messed up with Cal Kerouac. They've messed up with the crystal sequencing on the skills themselves. They messed up with the Cal Kerouac placement itself as far as when they actually fire off. And now they've made a change to where, no, you're getting just too many. You're getting too many crystals too early. We're going to remove 90% of the crystals that you get from Cal Kerouac. And what we're going to do is we're going to turn it into a per hour buff. Where on day 1, you can do Cal Kerouac. Okay. Get about 2,000 crystals an hour. That's baller. That's so baller. If you count that up for a day, that's 24,000. That's almost level 1 on Barbarian reports. I mean, that's baller, right? Like, to me, that's baller. You were giving people 3 million crystals at one time per Cal Kerouac. You would do Cal Kerouac level 1, it's like 1.5 to 2 million crystals. Right off the bat. So people can actually play the game and get the tech that they need earlier on. That same guy that came up with the action point potion limit, the same guy that came up with the swarming tech limit, or the swarming tech buff, same guy that came up with the rearranging of the Cal Kerouac timings, the same guy that came up with reorganizing all of the tech and how you can get it, has now said that we're going to remove all the crystals from the Cal Kerouac as well. If you're just looking at it from a bird's eye view, again, we just talked about it. all the things that they did to create, in my opinion, as a player, not even as a sponsored creator from Lilith, but as a player, they were making some really good moves, weren't they? The crystal tech was changing and being a little more accessible to everyone. They were giving people more avenues to get crystals faster and less expensive, and to the point where sometimes you didn't even have to spend too much to get the crystals. They gave more events to give you even more crystals. They had the Cow Kerouacs coming out at very critical times so that you could do the Cow Kerouacs and have enough crystals to get that last bit of tech to do what you needed to do before a level 7 pass opened, or a level 6 pass, or a 5, or whatever, right? It was really lining up. It was really lining up, man. I was like, wow. It took a couple years. But they're starting to listen. On this channel, I had a stream every Monday called Community Monday, and I would basically take your input, and I would have you email me your input on what things need to be changing in the game, and I would forward them on to the developers, which I always do. I still do that regardless, but I don't have that stream anymore. But you understand what I'm saying. Like, if there's a problem, I forward it on. And a lot of those problems were addressed with some of the changes that were happening as soon as 3 months ago, 2 months ago. I mean, these changes were great. Like, they were really doing some good work. And it was a lot easier for me to come to you guys whenever you're complaining about Crystal Tech and be like, look, they've done this, and this. All of these things are making it 10 times easier for you to get crystals. You just got to put in the work. And in the short span of 2 months, I'm back to the... I hear you. Yeah, Crystal Tech sucks. Crystal acquisition sucks. Nothing's working. It's almost impossible for a free-to-play player to execute a crystal strategy. And now, the only mechanism for a free-to-play, low-spending player to even have the hope of keeping up with a spender from a crystal standpoint is having a large amount of action points saved up from their off-season so that they can kill all those forts, kill all those barbs inside of KBK to get the crystals they need to actually get the tech that they need. Now today, they've said, hard pass on that. We're no longer going to give you unlimited AP potion acquisition because it's not fair. Well, you know what else is not fair? RNG is not fair, and some people get more than others. So what are we going to do about that? Are you gonna really truly make it a competitive, fair environment and say for every 5 or 10 forts that you do, you will get 1 action point potion in the Alliance chest? Or again, will you keep it up to RNG and just let everybody have at it? And then, pound some sand and suck on something to get what you need. I don't know, guys. I really can't justify the change. I woke up in the middle of the night this morning around 2 or 3 o'clock, and I had a couple people message me whenever the message came out. And I just instead of rolling over and falling back asleep, I opened my phone up because I saw like a stream of purple messages on my phone from Discord, and I read that, and I was very tempted to actually start streaming in the middle of the night last night. I was a disaster though. Like, I was like, half one eye half open. Like, it was a mess. Or else I might have actually done it. I just don't get it. You were doing so well. It's like you have a kid, right? And they were in trouble when they were younger, and you try to teach them right from wrong, and you try to kind of guide them in the right path. And like most kids, they need to do things the hard way on their own and learn for themselves. So they did that, and then eventually they kind of learned the error of their ways. They learned from their mistakes, and then they started to do better. And that's kind of what I liken to some of the recent crystal changes with the Cow Kerouac when it first came out. Crystal Quest when it first came out, and the increase of crystals from barbarian drops and things like that. Like, that all made sense because, again, it's something that should have happened from day one. And then your kid kind of reverts back to his old ways of going out and running the streets, and, you know, skipping days on the job, and, you know, cheating on his girlfriend, you know, stuff like, just, you know, all the things that bad people do, or people that don't have their S together do. And you're right back to it, you know, and it's like, thought we turned the corner, but evidently that's not the case. We're back to the point where it's going to be very difficult for a lot of these players to do what they need to do. Now, I don't think anybody's really asked me how it affects me. So, again, as a heavy spender in this game, having spent well into the six figures in this game, you know, how does this affect me? Well, I mean, I've got tons of action point potions. I've got so many action point potions, I could probably win two KBK's worth of honor stuff if I had the time to do it. But I'm not going to do that because I'm busy fighting and coordinating and planning and playing other T5 accounts to give you guys content and making videos and talking in Discord and all the other things, right? So, to me personally, this change, I could give a witch's tit personally from me. It doesn't impact me, not even in the slightest. And probably I would say for most spenders as well, you're probably going to be in the same boat. You aren't really going to feel the impact because you don't really use all your AP anyway. If you're saying I don't have any AP, like don't have much AP, like calculate that out. Calculate it out. It's not a whole lot, but it's enough. It would be enough to at least win one KVK and place pretty high in a second or something like that. That being said, to me, that's not, I don't really care too much about, by the way, this is 916's Heroic Anthem register. Oh, you can't see it because of my camera. Here you go. Registered. That's done. 670k. So I mean, to me that's a decent amount. Again, how much does it impact me? I guess I don't even know how much a lot of the AP is. To me, 400,000 to 500,000 will win you a top 20 spot in KVK for honor points. But maybe I'm wrong. But anyway, so I'm waiting for the other shooter drop. Like, I'm waiting for the next thing. And I think that's the worst part of this whole thing. Yes, limiting action point potions is a big deal. A huge deal. A huge deal. Ooh, it's a juicy report. Limiting action point potions is a huge deal, especially to players who rely on that stuff to attain a lot of their speed ups, their gems, their resources by PvEing, like barbing and fording. So that's a big deal for those players, and it's a big deal for even bigger players as far as spenders go. They still need those action point potions to do stuff, right? And depending on how much time you have to invest in the game, how many accounts you have to spread your time into the game, it can obviously have a bigger or a smaller impact, you know, depending on all those criteria. But I think the biggest part of this whole thing is because we've had such a stretch of very questionable changes, like changes that make you kind of think, like, why? Why? Like, who brought this up? Who brought this to the board and said, hey, we need to put this, we need to put a sticker in this and say this needs to get done pretty quickly. And then we'll label it as, what was the terminology they used? It was something to the effect of to create a balanced playing environment. You can't create a balanced playing environment in a spending game. It's impossible. That can't be your reason for everything. inherently this game is meant to be not a fair playing environment because you have stuff like this. Not everybody has this. Not everybody has this. Or this, or this. What everybody does have access to, equally, is this. To me, this is one of the most fair things in the game, is the ability to gain AP, to gain action point potions, because the only thing that you can buy action point potions with currently, is this. The daily, that's it. One daily for 500. That's it. That's the only thing you can buy action point potions with. Is the Treasure of the King on the daily. There are no other bundles that offer action points anywhere inside of them. None. Not even a little. And then obviously the other way is with gems whenever you completely run out of action points, but that's a whole nother animal. Okay. Yeah, not everybody has VIP 18 either. That's part of the, the conversation. Giggity, I kind of have to agree with you. I feel like there's, like I said, I'm waiting for the other AP foot to drop. If that happens, I mean, it cannot be any more transparent what's going on here. I mean, from a bird's eye view, again, if you look at all the changes that happened, right? The only thing that hasn't been messed with that they've recently added into the game is the Crystal Quest, which I don't have access to on the account that I'm on right now, but that's the only thing that they've added to the game that didn't require spending. Or that did require spending. All the other things that were messed with did not require spending. Obviously, with today's action point change, you don't have to spend to send a Barbarian Fort rally. With the Cal Kerouac changes, there's no spending involved there. You have access to it just like everybody else does. There's no dollar amount assigned to that. And again, just in general, any kind of changes that come with the crystal acquisition for your barb killing and things like that, those are all no spending requirement. You got it. All of those things have changed. All of them have changed. But the one thing that does have money involved has not changed. That's fair, because everybody has the equal right to pay for it. Yeah, Vassal, there is a random AP potion bundle that does pop up from time to time, but it's very, very rare. Very, very rare. You just hear what a balanced pay-to-win game looks like. It's Supercell games I played daily, like Clash Clans, stuff like that. Yeah. I have a VIP 16 and 17 accounts, and I never had an issue with running out of AP, even in a mid-A kingdom. Snaps, well, that's the thing. Like, you've been getting... I don't have any. Maybe it doesn't show when I'm spectating, maybe? It doesn't show any... Oh, duh, never mind. Like, you've been getting these nonstop, so between the stuff that you're actually generating for yourself and the free ones that you're getting from others doing it for you, it's kept you able to do what you need to do, right? It's kept you able to do what you need to do. Why am I getting spammed with phone calls? My goodness. Tiny Rick, welcome to the stream, buddy. Good to see you. Always glad to have you. Kato, they should add AP in the monthly bundle. No. They should stop messing with stuff that's not broken. Stop messing with shit that ain't broke. I don't know what the next thing possibly could be that's going to be brought up at this rando meeting that's not even on the table for anybody in the community. Like, can anybody honestly tell me in this chat or anybody that they've heard in any of their kingdoms that somebody has mentioned that, hey, man, we're getting action point potions. This is a bit much. We're getting action point potions in our alliance chests since the beginning of the game, by the way, 4 years. We've been getting those. This is a bit much. This needs to be sorted, right? Like, this isn't fair. This isn't right. This isn't right. Can somebody honestly tell me that that's what they did? Like, they heard somebody say that. I guess it's the same. Again, it's the same person that they overheard talking about. Guys, why is it so hard to swarm shit? Like, I'm swarming with all 5 of my T4 marches, and I'm just not getting any damage done. And this guy that I'm swarming has full iconic and legendary crit gear. And I'm sitting here running around with a fucking Vanguard's bracers. Why is my swarm not working so well? You know what we need? You know what we need? We need to add 10% swarming into the game. And the developers heard that and like, that's a really good fucking idea. But what we're going to do, we're not going to give it to you. We're going to put it at the very end of the crystal tech. And we're going to make it an absolute fortune in crystals to get. So only the big players can get it. So you, Mr. Person, who complained that you are not able to swarm anything down with your 5 under-geared T4 marches, will still not be able to get it. Thank you, and have a good day. Drago, do you know the kingdoms who registered in this heroic anthem? I have a list somewhere. I don't know all of it, but we'll see. Lego's letting Lilith go crazy so they can eventually completely focus on Call of Dragons. I've heard that theory. I really don't think that's the case. They could have both games out and both be very successful. I don't know why you would kill a cash cow just to hope that the players that are playing that current cash cow would then transition to a new game where they would have to start all over and spend all over. I don't think that that's the play. That's not a good business move. But again, we've been surprised by less smart ideas before, so it's certainly an option. Maybe Lilith was bought by Blizzard and we don't know it yet. Hashtag Diablo Immortal. Maybe. Snaps, I respect Chisco, but him saying bring 5 marches no matter what is a horrible idea. What did he say bring 5 marches for? What? Mike Ox. Long. Know what Lilith can't say is they changed the tech, made it easier, but now they have to limit AP so people keep spending on tech. They just can't say it. It's a valid argument. This AP update feels very final straw for a lot of free-to-play. I actually would not be surprised. I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised if everybody was like, you know what, this isn't the worst thing that you've done to me, but it's the last thing you're going to do to me. What a name, right? Hey, Chiz, what's going on, buddy? Somebody was saying something about you bringing 5 marches into something. When field fighting, you mentioned a little ago to bring 5 marches no matter what when fighting. To save on resources? Is that what you're talking about? Or maybe you can elaborate, Chiz. Yes, well, that's why I didn't read it all the way. He's got me a couple times because I've been in game mode and I'm just like going back and forth. You know what I'm saying? He's got me a couple times, but he donated. So I mean, £5, 450 pounds. Thank you very much, my friend, for that donation. Say my name, damn it! Say my name, damn it! Nathaniel Paris, yes, they're nerfing AP in case you guys didn't get the memo. If you didn't get the memo, so they want me to join the not that this would do any good, but they want me to join the Charles Martel group, which I haven't even joined because what the hell is that going to do? But yeah, number 1's really good. After destroying a fort, all governors who participated in the rally have a higher chance of receiving between 50 and 100 action point potions. When I first read this, I was like, all right, we're getting back to it. We're getting back to the good changes. I love it. Reward people who are actually doing the work. Awesome, let's go. And then the second one comes up. AP recovery items received from normal Alliance gifts are now subject to a weekly limit of 7,500 action points. Once you receive that, you will no longer gain action point recovery items from Alliance chests. Oh. So you want me to read the Kingdom Mails? Well, there you go. There's fish. Mike Ox Loong. Thank you so very much for becoming a member of the channel. Really appreciate you. Welcome to the Dragon's Den. I know you did it because you want me to say your name. I really appreciate you doing it anyway, though. Enjoy the emojis. Glad to have you. Your name will put you in the upper echelons of the team. Skywalker, I didn't get a Kingdom Mail because you didn't send the Kingdom Mail. This is what I got. Evidently per Kurgan, more than gems. 903. This is the last mail I got from you. Unless you're a major whale, do not open Sovereign Keys. We have said this before. You have a crystal quest inside of KVK that has a seasonal quest for 200 of those keys. That's very true. It's good. That's a good Kingdom Mail, Sky. Look at you. Yeah, I got Jack. Got nothing from you. Yeah, I got nothing, bro. Got nothing, broseph. 960 is just the developer secretly. Grissom, I don't think that's the case. I only know 2 to 3 other people besides from me inside my kingdom who has the Martell. I've got 3 accounts that have Martell on it. Vibes the Kid. What's the More Than Gems mail? We have a guy, and I did a video on this if you need to go check it. It's an event tracker video. We have a guy who maintains an event tracker for us, which I opened up to all you guys with his permission, where he updates all the recurring events as they come along and beforehand, so you can start planning on what you want to do, saving up for different things. And he sent out that the 3rd of September is when the next the next More Than Gems is going to be. I just got Julius and no clue what that means. So there's tiers. There's Kira, there's Julius, there's Martell, and then there's Saladin as well. Saladin and Martell are the same customer service level, but it's basically just tiered customer service. So as you go up the tiers, you're supposed to get somebody who is more knowledgeable about what you're talking about, and it's not just rando person saying, really sorry for your inconvenience, we'll pass this up to whatever. Like that's what you'll get with Kira and with Julius Caesar, basically. Kurgina is a female, yes. You like the stream, what'd I get for that? The knowledge and knowing that you did the right thing with your life at this point in time. ZZ, yeah, for the most part, they're all updated. There's a few of them that are older, but all the newest commanders are certainly updated, for sure. Yep. He didn't say it correct, Rage. What are you talking about? I did say it with a little bit of extra emphasis on the O's. Mike OL. That's what we're going to be calling you from here on out. Mike OL. Did I miss the rant? Good evening. You missed the beginning of it. We're going to be ranting for the next hour or so, so don't you worry. Don't you worry. But yeah, we've been ranting pretty much the entire time so far. Go on Leo Attila customer support. I'll accept it. It's acceptable. Let's go check on this fort build. So by the way, again, Wind Camp is building a fort inside of Water Camp. It's right here. It looks like it might actually build. It's only got, yeah, it's definitely going to build. 6 minutes left. This is a bit of a dagger for Water Camp. It's right beside their pass. That's bad flagging. That's what that is. And they can't organize anything to take this thing down. All this territory surrounding it. That's kind of crazy. That is kind of crazy. So that's going to build. 5 minutes. Rant more. Rant harder. Rant louder. Daddy Ratchet, what's going on, brother? Mockery GG. Love your channel. Fighting every time I watch. That's the way we do it here. Fighting and entertaining. It's basically Gladiator, but in Rise of Kingdom stream form. If you want to think about it like that. Next crafting stream, when? It's going to be very soon because I'm going into KVK on my 916 account. And I also am already in my KVK on my farmer/fighter 55 mil account. Where we're going to be basically fighting old Chiscool Kingdom versus new Chiscool Kingdom. That's basically going to be the storyline behind that KVK, at least for me. Why would I protest on a mega whale that spends on AP anyway? What, like gems? Yasin, Hydra, I have questions, please. I have a Trajan 5515. And pass 4 is after 2 days. I can't max him. Did I leave it like this, or should I make him 5551? And which commander should I put with him? My goodness. Well, I do have a mastery guide on him that you should go check out for pairings. But as far as him, 5515? Okay. So 5515 or 5551. I can answer that really quick. So 5515. Capacity bonus, damage factor, and damage taken increase. Ooh. I would say 5551. I would say 5551 personally. Yeah, that's about to build. 3 minutes. Snaps, yeah, VIP support has different tiers, base, and then the heavy spenders, yes. So Charles Martel, I think the number that you've got to spend to get into that is, it's somewhere in like the 60 to 75 range or something like that. Or it's a large amount in a short amount of time. I'm not sure how they qualify that, but it's definitely a large number. It's not for the peasants. Not for the peasants, the plebeians. Spend 100,000 gems a day on gems. 100,000 gems a day on gems. You mean on AP? On AP, okay, yeah. I was like, did I read that right? I did read that right. Have I missed the AP rant already? Monster N, you missed the beginning of it, but we're continuing on. We're continuing on. It's going to be a long and drawn out rant. Killjoy, give me the money to buy AP and I will never rally a barb fort again. I think we need to wait to see how much AP we will get from the forts directly before. Well, it's not going to change. You already get that. Like the Bob 1, 2, 2, 3. You already get it. You already get the same. They're not supposed to be changing that. And that brings up a really good point. Here's the fix. Easy fix. I don't know why I didn't think of this before. If you truly wanted to make it fair, where the people who weren't doing the actual barb fort itself were not getting the Alliance crystal chest, like the extras, make it to where they obviously know how to track who's in the actual fort, the rally itself, right? Have them make the alliance reward based on if you were in the rally or not. Just correspond the reward to the rally. It's already corresponded already because that's how the message triggers up. Rally is sent. Rally is sent. Rally completes. That rally sends a message to the system. Hey, I've completed. Send an alliance gift. Just add the data from that rally so that whenever the people who click it on this side click it, if your name was inside that rally, you have the same chances you always have to get your action point potion. If your name wasn't inside of that rally, then you don't get the same chance. Like, it'll be a reduced chance, or just eliminate it altogether. If you want to make it to where the people who are getting free action point potions don't get them, then eliminate that altogether. I think people could wrap their head around that, right? Like, if you want the action point potions, you got to participate in the rallies. Makes total sense. Makes total sense. I think that's the fix. That's the fix. And from a coding standpoint, it should be very, very simple. In fact, the majority of that should already be in the game. Jagger, you're not making sense. People who participate in Rally can get uncapped AP directly from Rally. Only Alliance Chess. I am making sense, John. Listen, hear me out. Again, you will still get the rewards from the Rally. I understand that. You're going to get that. But the actual gift, right? The Rally completes, the gift message inside the game is sent to the game to give the Alliance gift. If you're in that Rally, you will be available to also get the AP potion from the Alliance mail. If you're not in the Rally, you will not be able to get the Alliance potion from the Alliance gift. That's the actual way to fix this, okay? But doing what they did is definitely not the way to fix it. Joey, no, that wouldn't be great, Drago. We'd never gain AP. I'm just saying, if they need to make a change, I'm not saying that they should do anything. Like I said from the beginning, nothing should change. But if they're going to make a change, that is something that I think people can at least wrap their head around, where it kind of makes sense. Okay, they don't want you to get extra AP potions for not actually participating in the actual forts. I don't know. Omniarch, what's going on, man? $2 donation. Lilith can suck it all the way to the bottom, bro. I mean, it's a thing. It's a thing. But again, at the end of the day, nothing needed to be fixed, like we've been saying the entire stream. I really want to see who this rogue person is bringing these topics up to the change committee at Rise of Kingdoms HQ. Like, I really want to know who this person is that keeps coming up with these brilliant ideas to nerf or destroy something that didn't need to be changed at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just doesn't make sense, like, at all, that any of the recent changes have come into the game. Like, there's just no reason for it. There's no rhyme or reason for it, other than we want you to spend more money. Like, there's no other explanation. You can't say for the benefit of fair gameplay. You operate a game where it is inherently built so that you can have an unfair gameplay experience by spending money into the game. You can't say that. That can't be your reason. Cannot be your reason for doing these things. If you're saying it's because we want to make a change and blah, 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 that's fine. But don't sugarcoat it and say it's for fair gameplay experience. You inherently don't run a fair gameplay game. This menu exists. You just ban the player and post them on Discord and in game. It's down to the alliance leader to deal with people not participating in the alliance. I agree, 100%. Robbie Whitaker, exactly. Like, the list keeps getting longer of bonehead changes. The list keeps getting longer of bonehead changes, and what's worse, the column that has the list for positive, actionable changes that Lilith has taken in Rise of Kingdoms, not only is it not getting bigger, it's getting smaller because the changes on the bonehead column are actually removing the changes from the positive column because they're adjustments to the positive changes that they just made. Like the changes to Cal Kerouac. That's no longer a positive thing. That's now on the bonehead dumbass column. The changes to the Crystal Tech in general was a positive thing. Now it's on the bonehead dumbass column. I don't get it. Just make me head of CX. Just make me head of CX. I know we've got all these Discord like voting things about every time they do one of these bonehead things, we get the community together and we're like, yeah, let's go to Discord and let's go ahead and make sure they're aware that they're not doing something that's smart. Can we just make a Discord thing where it's like, make Drago head of CX at Lilith so that these things don't even happen in the first place? Can we get the community behind that? I will take the paycheck. Don't think I won't. I will take the paycheck and I will travel to Lilith HQ once a month if necessary. Like, I'll get the paycheck, we'll get the game sorted out, and this crap will stop happening. Snaps, $2 donation. Next update, Lubu gets plus 2k damage. Okay, so this fort built. Let's go check out some of the other KVKs. I feel like we've been... I know we've been on here the whole time. Alright, so... I think this was a big one. I won't do it for free. My talents are not free. I would definitely be expect to get paid. But I'll do a good job. And I'll get shit taken care of. I'll tell you that. Snaps. You're boned, buddy. I don't know why you maxed Lubu in the first place. You're gonna have it's basically consider Lubu your Leo, okay? Agreed. Good businesses provide good value for the money. Lubu's in the con category. Do you think? I would put him in like the high. Oh, why wouldn't you bring me my cherry zero? Right. Thanks, son. Could you bring me a cup of ice? Thank you. Love you. Yeah, Charlemagne. I like that. That's good. Charlemagne category. Which is basically, for me, also Leo in that same category. But I understand. I understand there are differing opinions. Chris Johns, what did I rant about? The AP changes, and then that basically unlocked the floodgate for all the other recent changes that the game has done with all the Crystal Tech changes. And, I mean, even going all the way back to the healing speed cap. Like, just everything, man. Just everything. I mean, let me go over to the Rock Discord and see what's going on here in the general chat. I'm assuming that's where all the damage is being done. So here's another Remove the cap completely. Give more AP drops from fort rewards, killing barbs, event rewards. Give more free-to-play friendly ways to get. So you're asking for too much. Here's your problem. Here's your problem. So somebody sent a message to CS about the action point potion change, and there's a list of 5 different things that they also want on top of it, including give more free-to-play friendly ways to get speed ups and materials and resources. It's cost effective. Relook at the healing cap and increase it over better. Remove it. Reduce the cost required to heal troops. I mean, basically all the things that we obviously all want, but if you want to get actual change, you need to ask for one thing. You don't ask for 5 things. Hi, Governor. Thanks for your suggestions. We feel sorry that the outcome that this update may have caused you. We will be sure to pass your reply to our team for further consideration. That's what you get for that. That's what you get for that. Scar, yes, I'm reading Jenny's screenshot on stream. Yes. Ask him to upvote. Yeah, I'm not upvoting that. That's not going to get anywhere. I would love for all those things to happen. I'm not saying that your ideas are bad. I'm just saying that they're not going to ever get done. It'd be the equivalent of me going back to Lilith and saying, hey, can I get half my money back? That's never going to happen. That's never going to happen. It's Floyd YX says there are sponsored content creators who disagree with this update. Look at YouTube. You can pretty much look at every single update that they've done in the last 2 months, and the majority of them over the last 4 years. And you can see on this channel that I disagree with them. I have a full playlist of Drago rants specifically for that. Remember the time they tried to eliminate the dead from AoE inside of garrisons? Remember that? Remember the time they tried to implement Alliance versus Alliance in KBK, but give absolutely no power to the King of the Kingdom to actually coordinate that? Remember that? I feel like I've been there and done that. See, now you're just spamming revert the update, and you're changing your name to revert the update. You were all nubs. No, see, you're doing it wrong, guys. You're doing it wrong. This is not how you get change. Stuff like this is what stops movements from actually getting success. Just saying. All right. Boost, what's going on? Tarek. This game was so much fun a few years ago with Marauders were a thing to trade time for money. Yeah, exactly. Like, again, that was another great change. That who the fuck asked for that? Who asked for Marauders to get nerfed? Who asked for that? I guarantee it was nobody that I know. Forts bundle, $5 to get a rally launch. Launch 5 times $10 for rallying forts. It's like a carnival ride, right? Action spot. It's like a carnival ride. You get 1 throw for $3. You get 2 throws for $5. You get 5 throws for $10. You know. Unknown entity, Captain Stinkfuss. Welcome to the stream. Snaps. Don't know if you saw the last message, but if I send 5 or 10, you can look at the worst rock account in game. What do you mean? Chat. Oh, Zach93 bad update. He's oh, that's good. That's good. That's real good. Me ready to play that dragon game while all of Rock Discord melts down. And it's like a cat with a little hoodie on, like looking down, judging everybody. It's hilarious. You guys gotta pop in there if you want. That's a really good one. People need to stop putting Lilith on the defensive if you insult or ask for too much. Yeah, they're gonna go into turtle mode. They're gonna go into turtle mode. It's not gonna do any good. Spamming stuff like that, you're just gonna get banned. It's just gonna make them spend time banning you instead of actually like talking about it. I'll send 5 or 10 and chords, but this account is the worst. I still don't understand what you're trying to say, but go ahead, do it. Whatever. Greener, they could do something about rogue players too. They're so annoying. I mean, everybody can do something about rogue players. You can do something about rogue players. Everyone legit going to be leaving Rock to call the dragon. Well, The thing is, that's not really doing any good. Like, if you're wanting to punish the developers, like, same people. Same people making that game. Delicious. Why would you play COD? It's another Lilith game. Yeah, it's kind of funny that it's got the same... Because when you said COD, I thought Call of Duty. That's probably on purpose, intentional. I want you to look at account with Rock if he sends a donation. Sure. Go ahead. Fire away. Fire away. Got it. Understood. Make it happen, Captain. Whenever dealing with support at Lilith, being calm and not trying to put blame on them has always got me a long way. Yep, exactly. Be respectful, reasonable. Respectfully tell them they're dumbasses and say you made a bonehead move and fix it. Respectfully. Don't just spam, you guys suck, you guys suck, you suck, you suck, you suck. Revert the update, revert the update. That's dumb. Yeah, so that's what I was talking about earlier, the announcement section. Where they tried to... And Asia's a good person. I know Asia. She's a very reasonable person. And she's a very smart individual. So is Rusty Leo. He's a very smart individual. I've talked with both of them at length. I do every month. We talk. But this is just something that just does not resonate with everybody in the player base. Like, everybody. But, again, the response from Asia was, hello, governors. This was basically a copy and paste job. I know she didn't write this. We would like to sincerely talk to you about our intention on the recent adjustment on the Barbarian Fort reward. Many governors are concerned. All governors are concerned about the upcoming update on the limit of action point potions in the Alliance treasure chest obtained by destroying Barbarian forts. We would like to sincerely communicate with you about our intention for this update. Okay. Starts out beautifully. This is the reasoning why they're doing it. So that rally didn't make it, by the way. By destroying Barbarian forts day in and day out, all governors in this alliance gain nearly unlimited action points. I think that's a exaggeration. But it's also something that, as people have pointed out, you've made us do this. You've made us do this because you've made it so difficult to get to the end game content with Crystal Tech and all these other things. You've made us do this or spend. If the requirements weren't so high, people wouldn't be wasting their time doing Barbarian forts. If the healing requirements weren't so high from a speed up standpoint, people wouldn't have to do so many Barbarian forts and Barbarians. If people didn't have to spend basically a mortgage every month to get remotely close to having enough resources to fight in a KVK, again, they wouldn't have to do this so much. You forced this. When I say you, I mean the developers, the makers of the game, not Asia. You did this. You're like, oh, you want to play up here? You want to play this little thing up here? You want to play this little thing up here? It's going to take you all day, every day, for the entirety of your off-season from KVK, which, by the way, is way too short, to actually get the action points to even come close to being here if you don't want to spend anything. Or even spend minorly. That's the other thing. You still have to spend to get here, but you also have to take all your time every day, all day, off-season wise, max weight, to get the AP to get enough to kill barbarians inside of KVK and forts inside of KVK to actually get the crystals you need, to get the crystal tech that you need, that we created in the first place, that we make you get to actually compete in the KVK that we made, that we switched you to in the first place. That's the latest season that everybody has to go to and cannot go out of once they're in. This is what you need to do. Okay, back to the message. Unlimited action points is what was said. That's wrong. You get a lot of action points, but it's not for nothing. You're doing forts. Those are forts that are being completed by people, right? While we are pleasantly surprised every time that we find governors inventing new ways to play, you made us play this way. And having fun with them, it's not fun. But again, revert back to message 1. You made us play this way. This time, gradually, the ecosystem of the related activities involving action points started to get out of control. To me, it's not out of control. Because, again, the way the system works is you don't have to necessarily be the one to send thousands and thousands of forts every single week. You can be a cog in the machine that generates all those action point potions so that your whole alliance has enough AP to fight in the KBK, again, that you forced us to use, that you force us to make, that you force us to do. Okay. For example, if governors encounter a kingdom that uses this playstyle, which is all the kingdoms, all the actual fighting kingdoms in this KBK use this to some degree. Some are better than others, just like some kingdoms are better than others. Some alliances are better than others. Some players are better than others. Some fighters are better than others. Some farmers are better than others. Some support players are better than others. Some leaders are better than others. Some kings are better than others. Some generals are better than others. Some devices that you all play on is better than others. The opposing kingdom can only choose to employ the same playstyle. Again, you forced this on us. You did this, not us. We didn't log into Rise of Kingdoms on day one and be like, you know what? You know what I'm going to do? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to send forts 24/7. I'm going to send rallies 24/7. That's what I want to do. That's what I want to do with my time. No, we saw the mechanisms that you created in the game, KVKs that you created in the game, technology systems inside of those KVKs that you created in the game, which, by the way, is still, regardless of how big Osiris League gets, KVK is still number one in this game. Nobody will convince me otherwise. Osiris League is fun to do, and it's prestigious, and the winners deserve everything that they get. But KVK is what makes people play this game, not Osiris League. Otherwise, they would just make a game for Osiris League. And they would chop off the KVK piece of it. Okay, more kingdoms began to join this unhealthy competition. Again, you forced us to do this. Using the mechanics that you've had in the game for 4 years. Why is this all of a sudden now changing? Making the game's overall ecosystem change from fun and tactical strategy to only must-be-done chores. Would you like me to show you a must-be-done chore? This is a must-be-done chore. Would you like me to show you another must-be-done chore? This is a must-be-done chore. Every day. Do you know what else is a must-be-done chore? I gotta click this, then click this 3 times, and then get my things here, then go ahead and pop this once. Get the things that are good. That was totally not worth 100 gems. Go back down here, collect all that stuff. Go back out here, hit the sunset. Do 7 sunsets every single day on all my accounts. Go back. If there's Canyon on here, then for Lost Canyon, I got to do that. And go back. You know what else is a chore? Bastions. Bastions are a fucking chore. Going into here, well, I'm not in the KVK on this account, but you understand what I'm saying. Bastions are a chore to make sure I do 15 of those every day, just so I can get 3 gold heads at the end of a 50-day event. And if I miss some of those while fighting, which again is the intention of KBK in the first place is to fight, I've screwed myself out of 3 gold heads. You know what else is a chore? Thoroughlies. Thoroughlies is a chore. You know what else is a chore? See what else? Hold on. I can open up the damn menu. Chore. I'd call it a chore. There's no... Who's getting entertainment out of the Kerouac ceremony, I guess is the question. Is it entertaining, or is it just something you do to get rewards? If that's the case, the majority of this is a chore. Right? Chore. 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 Golden Kingdom. Chore. Ian's Ballads. It was fun the first time you did it. Now it's a chore. doing all these little things so that we can get our AP potions from the 3rd chests, and the gems and the crystal key and the challenge ticket and the magic chest here from the 5th one. Again, chores. Verification every 5 minutes. Chore. Gathering is a huge chore. Absolutely. Okay, so Snap said donation $10. 14.18. Okay. Let's do that. 14.18. Sorry, I'm reading Discord on the same monitor that I have my chat on you guys with, so I'm missing some of the stuff that y'all are saying. Account is safe for work. Thank you very much for being that way. Snaps. Snaps. Scouting must be done. Sure. Daily, yeah, the daily activities. Sure. But people do those chores because they want to enjoy KVK and they want to enjoy Osiris League and Ark of Osiris. They want to enjoy those things because that's what you play the game for, right? Like, you play the game for those things, and you also play for the camaraderie and the relationships that you built with other people playing the game in your kingdom and across the game. So this is Snap's account. It's a 76 million account. It's a good amount of dead. It's a decent amount of farming as well for a 78 million account. It's all right. I mean, the kills are terrible, but Malicious, have a good one, buddy. Look at the info on it. Is that what I just looked at? Yeah, I mean, the helps are kind of low. Good dead amount. Did you get zeroed? I'm assuming you got zeroed. Check commander page. Max Charlemagne, Max Lubu, Max Barca. I'm surprised you don't have Max Ragnar. 5211. And a Oh, we're not done with the message. I got sidetracked. Bad Trip, $10. Thank you for the donation. Well said as always. Almost a Max Moctezuma as well. That's impressive. I'm not gonna lie. Is there any pictures of your maxed? No. Okay. Your content was reported. I've never seen that before. That's weird. Anywho. Yeah, it's like the best account I've ever seen in my life. That looks like Nuggets account. He's got all the leadership commanders maxed. Ah, okay. All right, so let's go back to the message and continue breaking down what all that really means. So, again, we ended the last section with making the game's overall ecosystem change from fun and tactical strategy to only must-be-done chores, which is, again, describing the majority of the game at this point. Because you've only added, you've never taken away from critical things that you need if you don't plan on spending every day $400, $500, $600. Okay? Next section. This design also gradually deviated from the original idea, which, again, this is a 4-year-old idea at that point because this is the way it's always worked. It became a hefty homework that the governors had to do. If they wanted to be successful, yes. Just like if you want to be successful, you have to gather nonstop on 10 accounts to at least come close to having enough resources to fight in a KVK for more than 5 minutes. That's a lot more of a chore than sending a few forts every day inside of an alliance that are all doing the same thing. Dear God, this cannot be the reason why this change was done, because it's considered a chore. You have to farm with so many accounts 5, 6, 7 times a day. You have to refresh those farms being sent out every day on multiple accounts every day, including the weekends, during KVK, while off of KVK, all the time, just to have a couple billion of each, maybe, which is still not enough for heavy fighters. I digress. Little Taki, 150 donation. Thank you very much, my friend. And at 4 million T1 snaps, how dare you? Oh boy, there's a fan art page. Let me see. Is it another sticker of me? That too. $5 to rally a fort. Is that what that is? That's funny. Let's go back to announcements. All right. Therefore, after numerous data analysis and testing, this is the difference between... Well, I won't go there. After numerous data analysis and testing, we decided to make this change after confirming that the vast majority of governors receive less than 7,500 action points per week from destroying barbarian fortresses. So again, if you equate that to the real world, right? So in the world, there are different levels of people value-wise, like not talking character and things like that, although assuredly that is definitely the case as well, but it has to do with your monetary value, okay? There are people at Elon Musk, Bill Gates, you know, that kind of a level, okay? Bezos. There's tons of Arabic and Chinese and Korean and German high value, Russian high value people. There's that level. That's the top one of the 1%, right? And then you've got millionaires, which are, again, people who have a net worth of $1 million and up in a realistic number, right? And there's a good chunk of people, especially in the first world countries, right? So in the US, I would venture to say that there's a good 15, 20%, maybe 15% of people in this country that are actually considered millionaires. If you liquidated their assets, they would be a millionaire. Maybe even higher than that. Then you've got the wealthy, which again, you know, they're well off. They don't have to worry about much stuff. They've got a house, they've got their cars, they've got their kids, they've got their education, all that stuff. Then you've got the middle class, then you've got the low class, and then you've got people who are literally destitute and stuff like that. A good portion of the world, and I would say especially in first world countries, are made up of that middle class. Like people who are just kind of getting enough to get by. They have some pluses and minuses financially in their life, but they probably make up the majority. I would say the second one probably is that lower destitute class as well, as far as volume of people in that role, which is terrible to think about, but it kind of is what it is. But again, it's the same thing we just talked about with Rise of Kingdoms and their statement of the vast majority of governors receive less than 7,500 action points per week. It's like saying that everybody gets 500 in the world. Everybody in the world gets $5 a day. Everybody in the world gets $5 a day. They have the opportunity to go to a place and pick up $5 a day. Okay? It's like giving a blanket statement that $5 is worth the same amount to that one of the 1%, to the wealthy class, to the middle class, as it does to the extremely destitute and poor class. It's a huge difference. 7,500 action points versus what they likely make on the other end of the spectrum, like maybe 20 to 30,000 action points a week at minimum for players who truly enjoy this game, play it nonstop, but don't want to have to spend. And that's their only way to get the action points that are required to play this game effectively. Again, by your design. That means a lot to them. They have to have that, or else they would have to spend or have to quit or have to not play the game the way that they would want to. You've effectively generalized that population in Rise of Kingdoms by saying that 7,500 is good enough for you. Good enough. You're going to be fine. 7,500 is fine. Now, you can still work hard, but you're not going to get the actual reward that you should be getting. And again, for no other reason than because I said so. And because I want to generalize the entire Rise of Kingdoms population and give everybody the opportunity to get 7,500 action points a week through Alliance Chest receiving. And that's it. I want everybody to have the same when it comes to that. They already had the same availability. They just have to put the work in. All right. Lil Taki with a $3 donation. Thank you very much as well. I get the Doge, my hero. Thank you. Tarek with a member chat as well. Their justification to the change is the biggest pile of crap to ever be seen. Agree, it's kind of a garbage statement, and we're not even done with it. Again, to generalize the entire Rise of Kingdoms population, to basically narrow down all the different types of players inside of Rise of Kingdoms to most players don't make more than 7,500 action points per week is a joke. The people who this hurts the most are the people that are not making 7,500 action points a week. They're making 20, 30, 50,000 action points a week per what I've read on channels and per what I've seen people say that are in that role. On top of that, limiting them to that and then saying it's for your own good and it makes it fair now is a joke and a smack in the face. Also considering that the reason this whole mechanism is happening in the first place is because you've created this with your game modes. You've created this and how difficult it is to play this game. You've created this on needing to have all these resources, needing to have all these action point potions to get the crystals that you need, to get the tech that you need to actually effectively play the game. Realistically, and not as a joke. Like, you want to actually be impactful in KBK, you need to have crystals, which means you need to have AP, which means you need to have time. That's it. Also, we would like to clarify that the 7,500 action point limit is only for the Alliance Barbarian chest. Active governors can still obtain great rewards, but they would already obtain anyway, including action points with a higher chance from Barbarian Fort hunting. Again, it's understood. I'm glad you're not taking away more rewards from players. Good job, right? But you're still nullifying the extra rewards that they should be getting based on a mechanism that you've had in the game for 4 years that had no reason to be changed. No reason to be changed. Zero reason. We would like to thank governors for their feedback with a big middle finger, paraphrased, and suggestions on each change. And we hope that this message has clearly expressed our design ideas. It has. It's dumb. They're wrong. These are wrong ideas. These ideas are not smart. These are not ideas that should be in the game. Again, for the love of God, make me head of customer experience at the development studios, and I will make sure that this does not happen to you guys ever again. Whenever this person, whoever this person is that's coming up with all these bonehead ideas, comes into the room and it says, hey, guys, I've got it. Let's limit action point potions in Alliance chests. Let's do it. Let's do it. I will immediately high five that person in the face. I'll do it. And then I'll boot them out of the room. And then I'll fire them because they have a terrible decision-making methodology. Done. All right, we have Eric Rock with a $10 donation as well. My opinion won't go far on this subject, but this will 100% get reverted back within 2 to 3 weeks tops. Just need to be patient. It shouldn't be happening in the first place. It shouldn't be happening in the first place. Why is it happening? Why do I have to talk about this instead of doing content on all these fights that are happening right now and enjoying people getting zeroed and enjoying people fighting? But no, I gotta stop my goddamn weekly sequencing and talk about canceling action point potions and alliance mails. Why? Why do I have to do that? Why are you making me... That made Chiskel do his video today on, guess what? Action point potions being removed from alliance chest after 7,500 elves. Omniarch, free to play, rip. That was his message in the video today. Anybody who made a video today, guess what? It's about fucking action point potions. It's not about, hey, 916 is going into KBK. This is going to be fun. There's going to be a lot of storylines coming up in this KBK. When I go up to the Lost Kingdom list here, all these kingdoms are in freaking level 7 passes. They're ready to rock and roll. They're fighting. I could be showing you guys content that drives you to spend and play in the game inadvertently. I'm not telling you got to spend, but when I see somebody sending a massive rally and getting a major report, I want to have that. I want to go ahead and spend a little bit of money in the game and get that for myself. But no, we're sitting here talking about fucking action point potions. God dang. Action point potions. Something that should have never been touched in the game. Something that has absolutely zero talk about it for the entire 4 years in this game, other than people asking for the availability to get more action point potions. People are saying in the game, I can't get action point potions. There's nowhere to get them. I can't buy them. The only way to get them is through activity. And the whole free-to-play community was like, yes, that's the way it should be. We should have our one thing. We should have our one thing. And today they were like, your one thing means shit. You get 7,500 action points now a week from your Alliance mails. If you want more, go pound more Alliance forts for yourself. By the time you do that yourself, you will not see a return on your action points. Have a good day. Lotaki, as a fake whale, I'm tired of having to protect things that have always worked in this game. All they do is take. Lilith just lets us enjoy the game. Ooh woo. Lotaki, thank you for the $10 donation. Hey Alexander, what's going on, buddy? Lord Peter, what's going on? Trigger, I believe they will start giving AP as a reward when killing forts. They already do. They do. It's already. They already get that. They already get AP as a possible reward. Are we talking about practice? We're talking about practice, not the game. Well, you can laugh at the picture in your commands chat on your server. What are you talking about? They just take that back? I feel like they just took that. And now it's invasion time. Ooh, Nevsky in the garrison. Can you check out 2748 Kingdom? Very strong. I would love to. I would love to, but I gotta talk about action points right now. Thank you. I would love to. Big Papa says next email will be, Dear Governors, to ensure fairness, we'll take away all the extra action points you obtained from Alliance chests during the last couple of months as well. You'll be negative action points. Could you imagine the pictures that show up on Facebook? Negative 300,000 action points because he just went and burned through all his action point potions in KBK. Lollipop. That's how much I care about action points. I'll leave it full all day. I don't even care. Mad Leahy, thank you for subscribing. If you want to chime in about this topic, make sure you subscribe so you can chat in the chat. It's instant. You don't have to wait. It's to get rid of the bots. It has nothing to do with me trying to con you out of subscribe. Although, again, if you're not entertained and having a good time here, I'm not sure what you're doing with your life. At least throwing a subscribe and a like would also be very helpful as well. Well, Taki, we will get past this, but again, it's just another... It's another baseball bat to the knees, you know? Alexander, I agree. Yeah, yes, you can get that now. Justin with the Woot sticker, $20 donation. Thank you very much, my friend. As a 1 billion player, Justin, as a 1 billion power player, how do you feel about this action point change? I'm sorry, as a 1.3 billion PowerPoint player, by the way. Elliot, what's going on? I would love your opinion on this, Justin. As a 1.3 billion power player, what's your opinion on the action point potion change in Alliance gifts? Oh, on the Discord snaps? They're spamming there too. Revert the update. Not smart. I don't get it. I just don't get it. The Squidward meme of him standing inside of his house with as a free to play, looking out the shaded window of SpongeBob and Patrick running around saying pay to win, gemming AP to keep playing. That's hilarious. That's a good one. Memes are pretty good. I miss the Rock meme channel being good. It used to be really, really good. Now it's just kind of turned into garbage, but it's pretty good. It's pretty good. There's some pretty good ones in there. 1,000 likes for AP. That's right. Who's Justin? I feel uneducated now. He's in 845, I think. 835. I can't remember. I think it's 845. What's your opinion about Grand Prix? Register with own account while getting a esports account, and only top 16 in power can participate. I haven't looked too much into it, honestly. I'm going to be casting it for the official Rise of Kingdoms channel, so I didn't even register myself because I figured I was going to be casting the whole thing. I didn't want to have a conflict, so I haven't looked into it. Trigger, how do you feel about sardines on pizza? I've never had it. I don't think I have the inkling to do it, but it's better. Anything's better than pineapple. Mitch. Justin's new blood. He's like 78 million governor ID, something like that. Okay, Justin's word on this. So Justin, it's ridiculous. I'm thinking they'll probably find a way to make money off of the situation, most like by offering a 7-day AP supply or something of that nature. That's a very astute point, and likely one that we will see. It'll be in this menu right here. There'll be a little green bottle right beside here. A little green bottle. The 7-day AP supply. And it'll be $10 a week. And it'll give you another 7,500 action points a week. So you can effectively double your income from Alliance chests. Somebody did say pineapple, that's right. Oh, that Rage Problems. If you don't think that they've already thought of this, you're already 2 steps behind. So do you guys really okay, so we have 325 people watching. Do you guys really want to know? Do you guys really want to know what's going on? Do you guys really want to know what's happening? Do you want me to spoil it for everybody? Do you want me to give you the adult viewpoint on this? Okay. So there's a lot of pieces that if you're not paying attention, all this is just going to look like random garbage that's happening. I think most of you already know it, but just to piece it together in a nice picture. In fact, I might bring up a little paint. Here, let me do something really quick. Hold on. 1 second. I'm gonna bring up Savage Snod Gaming, becoming a Wyvern. Ooh, that's a big boy member title. That's a big boy member title. The hell is paint? There it is. New. All right, let's go back. Here we go. Thank you for becoming a upgraded member. Really appreciate you, Savage. Also, ground control with a £2 donation. Check your mail. Again? Is this the same mail that Sky's asking me to look at or no? So here's what we're going to do. We're going to draw some stuff, okay? We've got the Rise of Kingdoms pyramid, okay? And we're going to subdivide this into levels. And we're going to make it turn into something else, okay? I like blue. We're going to do blue. Oh, that's very large. I didn't make my shape big enough, but you'll get the idea. Happy little tree, maybe a little blue jay in the tree next to a babbling brook. Bob Ross that shit. Bob Ross that shit. Just trying to catch up on what you guys are saying there as well before I keep going. You should be able to hear me just fine. I'm not talking because I'm typing. Right? You guys can hear me just fine? Yeah. See the mic. It's working. Is it? Should be fine. Okay, cool. Gotcha. Yeah, there's something going on with my transition. Chiz, man, I don't know what the hell's going on with some of this stuff. It's really bad. Remind me of some of the other changes too, guys. I'm trying to go back on some of these, and I'm blanking on a few. We got the healing speed in there. We've got the Cow Kerouac change in there. We've got timing. I don't know if VIP 18 is that. It's not part of the Do you think that's a huge impact, Alexander? Yeah, here, that's a good one. Equipment, iconic. There's gonna be new equipment as well. I'm sure. The pot high dead troops, that still doesn't make any sense to me. At least it didn't go through. Well, I'm more talking about things that actually made it in. Like these are the dumb things that actually made it into the game. Like we're not even talking about stuff that they came up with that they decided not to go through with. That's a whole nother picture here. That's a whole nother picture. Refinement's been out since equipment was out. Well, no, I take that back. Yeah, no, you're right. So they had refinement, but oh no, they didn't. You either had the chance to proc it or you didn't. Refinement. That's actually a good point. Yep. This was more towards the bottom here. This happened early. That's just a timing thing, Savage. I don't know if that would necessarily be considered a change. Alexander, I've got Iconics on there. Wolfie, VIP 18 in both OL and Canyon are must-have to be competitive. Yeah. Well, 17 and 18, really, right? Because you have the damage bonus of 17, and you've got the troop capacity and march speed of 18. So we'll say that's kind of down here, I think, because that's original. Yep. I'm building this picture to come up to an ultimate point that I'm going to make here. Yes, yes, yes. The Marauders. The effing Marauders. Gem drops. What do you mean? Oh, yep, yep. Barb reward changes. That happened whenever materials came out. I've already got iconic crystals right here. Pay tier for 7 Tage. I don't know if that's necessarily a bad thing, just like an unnecessary thing. What else? Yeah, removing blueprints from Sunset. That's the thing. That's not what I wanted to do. It happened around this time. It happened fairly recently. Oh. I guess again is the change to have Legendary Tavern both in and out of KVK. Is that a bad thing? Do you think that was a bad thing? Was there a negative impact for that? Yeah, help nerf is right here. Healing speed changes. That's what that is. That's a very good point too. AoE Barb Farm nerf. That's happened. Limited amount to donate to rebuilding Crusader Fort. That is a change. That did happen. I don't know if that's a negative change in the sense that it hurt free to play. You know what I mean? KBK Forts not giving books. Is that accurate, Morgoth? I thought KBK Forts gave books as well. Am I mistaken on that? Yeah, Ape, that definitely happened. It's not really a patch so much as them just not enforcing the rules correctly. Wolfie, I agree. But did it hurt them though, I guess is what I'm saying. Because I used to do that. I used to spam gems for the kingdom to get our color that we wanted and to get just to get it done faster and also get those chests, which also gave action points, by the way. That's kind of gone now. Yeah, changing the ability to donate Ethelfled sculptures for the coins for you to get universals. That's a good one. Elevate, do you still enjoy the game? I do. So I do enjoy it in the sense that the activities that I do in the game are enjoyable to me. Otherwise, I would stop. Even as a sponsored creator, I would stop. If I wasn't getting any more enjoyment out of the game, I would just stop. Because it's too expensive not to. I spend more than I make playing this game. That being said, every time something like this happens, it's just another kick in the nuts. Because not only does it impact the game that I do enjoy playing and the people that I play with, but from a content creation standpoint, it stops me dead in my tracks because I have to talk about this stuff. We have to talk about this because it's a game-changing change. And it's not only game-changing, but it's a terrible game changer. And it's a bad game changer. And it's something that shouldn't have happened in the first place. But again, we've got to talk about it, which means that I have to stop whatever road I was on. Like today I was going to talk about open field fighting on a video. I was going to talk about my, again, old Chiskel versus new Chiskel KBK. We're going to continue that. We're going to look at some more level 7 pass stuff. We're going to see some people getting zeroed. We're going to have some fun on the stream. But not got to sit here and bitch and complain. Because you've done something boneheaded again. But now we're talking about practice, you know? Preventing us from donating. Yeah, I just talked about that one. Yep. AP from the Crusader Fort chest. You did. You absolutely did. Trade Ethelfled for Alliance credits and buy VIP. Do you... You can still do that. I was like, did they change that? Oh my god. No, you can still do that. You can still get Alliance credits for Ethelfled. Making Alliance credits more easily obtained without dropping the cost for items in the store. Never updating commanders in both Card King and Legendary Tavern. Card King especially pisses me off. These commanders it offers are just trash now. It is. I do need a second pyramid, Joker. I really do. Zed Lay just landed in 307. Good job. Welcome to the kingdom. Changing the wheel in the MGE Rock Farm. You know, when that first came out, it I made a video on it. I'm like, you're making it real difficult again. This is kind of a garbage change. But as the other changes that surrounded that happened, it started to make more sense. But the way that they implemented it backwards, they did the change before the support for the change was put into the game. So when they put it out, the game was still operating on the old rules, and it made no sense. But once they added the new rules, the new stuff, to support that major change, then that actually started to me make sense. So again, you can, when you're going into your MGE or whatever, right? You can pick now. So you can pick who you want. Like you can pick, I want to have Flavius. I want to have Pakal. I want to have Zeno. I want to get him and then burn Leonidas. Same thing with Constantine. So you can get what you need. It's not a bad idea. It is a little more difficult to get, but at the same time, if you didn't have it this way, you will have missed tons of key commanders that you will not be able to obtain without migrating back to other kingdoms, which is what we did for the longest time. That was actually a positive change in my opinion, because it allowed you to be in the kingdom that you wanted to be in without worry that you would not be able to attain a commander. So let's go back to the point of the change, right? So we've got this long list of stuff. If you'll notice, let's, 2D shapes. Green star. Let's check off the ones that, that are for cost benefits. Is there actually a $sign one? I'd rather have a $sign one. Can I make my own shape? Sure. Is there a $sign one at all? No. I guess not. So go to text. There's one for that. Oh, I could do that, huh? But I can't stamp it. That's the problem. I can't stamp it. So let's not do that. We'll use this. We'll use the shapes. It's fine. I do want to change the color though. There we go. Yeah, Wolfie, I talked about that earlier when they tried to remove the deaths from AoE Garrison. I lost my shit. I'm like, just teach people how to freaking play the game. So you'll see a sequence. I've put these in somewhat of a sequence, and they're really kind of jumbled together, so bear with me here. But we're going to actually check the items that are for free-to-play. So that hurt free-to-play. So healing speed changes, I would definitely say that hurts free-to-play. Nerfing Marauders into Oblivion hurts free-to-play. VIP 17-18 requirement for top-tier fights. That hurts free-to-play. That basically eliminates them. Barb reward changes hurts free-to-play. New Season of Conquest by itself didn't really hurt free-to-play, but the Crystal Tech being introduced did hurt free-to-play. AoE Barb Farm nerf hurt free-to-play. Equipment refining hurt free-to-play. Fake migration changes locking people in Season of Conquest. Would y'all say that hurt free-to-play? I don't know if I can say that did. It just hurt everybody in general. Removing BP from Sunset hurt free-to-play. Nerf ability for players to get crystals from all avenues. Nerf free-to-play. Equipment iconic. New equipment coming hurts free-to-play. New buff. Nerf equipment coming. Crystal keys. Oh. Buff. Nerf crystal keys. Yes. Hurts free-to-play. Change Cal Kerouac timing. That gets 2 checks. Not only because of the actual change, but it also because they added it into the game to help free-to-play, and then they changed it to hurt them again. That's why it gets 2 checks. Rearrange Crystal Tech. Boom. Hurts free-to-play. Nerf Crystal Tech. Boom. Hurts free-to-play. Nerf Non-Imperium and KBK Swarm. Boom. Hurts free-to-play. Nerf Cal Kerouac Crystals. Boom. Hurts free-to-play. AP changes. Boom, hurts free-to-play. Look at all them checks. So, when Omniarch posted his message, or his video earlier, I'll bring it up because he did donate $2. It's worth a mention. It says, "Rip free to play." It's pretty accurate. At every single turn, when changes come into the game, it directly impacts free-to-play players. And as we're starting to look at what all this means as we put it together, right? As we put all this together, it means a couple things. That's not what I wanted to do. Come on, I hit enter, not shift enter. Make this work. Damn it, I did it again. I did shift enter that one. Steingrabber, thank you for spending the time going over the pros and cons on the deep dive. Back to work I go. Good to see you, buddy. Wolfie, yes, they do hurt non-free-to-plays as well, and I do agree, being one of those, that it does hurt. Doesn't really impact me too much because I don't use AP the way that you traditionally do in this game, for the purposes that most of the less spending and non-spending players do, because they need it for Crystal Tech, whereas I don't. I spend to get the crystal bundles just because it's easier. It's easier. I don't have the time to sit here and pound away on barbs and forts all day. I got S to do. I'm a sales manager, okay, by trade. I was in cybersecurity and network things and stuff like that, but I was a sales manager as well for all that. And I see all the red flags. I see all the, not red flags, but I see all the markers. I see all the markers. Exactly. Yeah, Crystal Tech has definitely increased my spending. 100%. ZZ, so good question. I'm new in the game. Is it better to refine blue and purple equipments or dismantle? You should make sure that all of your marches are equipped accordingly, and then start upgrading all of them with crits. Yes, but don't crit something for one march when your other march has nothing. Does that make sense? Sax says this stream deserves many more likes. I agree. Yeah, we're not even at 200 likes. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I refuse to believe it. Why are we not at 200 likes? About dinner time too. I'm starving. 5:30. And then the final thought that I wanted to say, I'm trying to say this in the right way. Really trying to say this in the right way. I don't know if I should even write that down. I really don't want to write that down. So it shows Lilith as a balance sheet oriented. Well, I mean, it's a business, guys. So at the end of the day, you can't blame businesses for doing business things. You can't do that. What I blame is sugarcoating a change with in the respect to fairness for all. That's where Chisco would not write down what I'm thinking. He would not. No. You know what? That's actually. Let me finish that. That's a good point to put on top of here. And it's not a bad change, but it's an important change, and it goes to show on this side some of the points. They want you to spend more. They want the people who don't spend to spend at least $5 a month. If they do that, their income goes up exponentially versus getting heavier spenders to spend heavier. If they get everybody who doesn't currently spend into the game to spend $5 a month, that will finance 3 new games for them. Easy. The player base that does not spend at all in this game is well over 50 to 60%. I would guarantee that. Now, there's also 25% that spend less than 100. There's probably another 10% that spend less than 1,000. But then there's another 10% that spend 1,000 plus. And of that 10%, maybe a 0.5% spend 3, 5, 7, 10,000 a month. That's when you start getting into your Justins, your Babas, your bigger players like MF, things like that. So I'd put Call of Dragons coming as number 1 here. I still don't think that that's the play. Alienating your player base from a game that has already been announced as a project developed by the same makers of Rise of Kingdoms. In fact, that's their marketing strategy, from what I could tell, is part of it is from the makers of Rise of Kingdoms, Lego, right? Comes Call of Dragons, which does look pretty interesting. It looks pretty cool. I think it's got some value, and I will definitely be doing some content on it for you guys. But I don't think that would cause a change like what we experience today, right? I don't think that would cause the change that we experience today. So when I say this, Call of Dragons coming, is it a reason? Probably not. But does it have a factor to do with the visual of everything that's happening? Absolutely, because everybody is saying it, right? So that is, even though they don't want it to be a factor, it is becoming a factor because everybody has already made the link between Rise of Kingdoms and Call of Dragons on their own admission because that's their marketing strategy. But the biggest thing are these two here, I think. And really the number 3, it goes into number 4, but they recognize that they messed up with the Crystal Tech. They gave too much. They gave too much. According to them. I think they gave the right amount, personally. I think they gave just the right amount. I think they nailed it. I thought they nailed the Crystal Tech. When they first came out with everything, before they touched it again, they nailed it. They gave everybody the ability to touch the damage bonus. Not go heavy into it, but touch it within the first few weeks without spending a dime. Okay? They gave everybody the ability to get to level 6 on the 6th March with a decent amount of activity before Kingsland opens. That's perfect. They nailed it. Then they fucked it up. Then they started doing all these little things. The Cow Kerouac timing change. The nerfing Crystal Tech. The rearranging the Crystal Tech order. And they nerfed the Cow Kerouac crystals themselves. Everything that has changed is free-to-play based. You don't see a big pyramid of changes regarding bundles or things that cost money or mechanisms in the game that directly cost money. No changes there. Yeah, I know. I just typed it in the way I was thinking it. Solely. The way people talk about it. And yeah, technically Kahar was nerfed as well. That's another thing. Again, nerfing free to play. Deathstroke, I see that. All right. I can't continue to be on that screen because I'm going to write something I shouldn't. I also do need to wrap this thing up just simply because it's dinner time and I'm starving. Lots of KBK action going on, guys. I wish I could have given you some more of that. I wish I could have given you some more, cities getting zeroed and forts being built and things like that. But unfortunately, we had to talk about this instead. So that's a thing. Yeah. Saladin rally. Is that a city rally? If so, you need to be shot. You don't get any loot with Saladin. You got it, guys. Make sure you hit the like button on the way out. I am going to go ahead and wrap the stream up. I've told my wife that I'm going to stream tonight as well. Make sure you visit me on my other channel. Nightbot has it in the chat, about 10 chats up. That's the link to get to the other channel. Make sure you subscribe there as well, because I'll be doing non-rock content over there. It'll be, just fun little shooter, strategy, whatever. We'll be doing stuff. We'll just be doing stuff over there. Hope you guys all enjoyed the stream. And again, really appreciate you all joining. Thank you to the new members, especially the upgraded members. Savage became a very upgraded member today as a Wyvern class. You get access to a one-on-one with me as well. If you want to go ahead and hit me up on Discord, I'm happy to schedule that with you. And again, just thank you for everybody joining and contributing and making your voices heard. I hope this was a place where you could at least relieve a little bit of stress. I know that today's been a little bit stressful for everybody in the game in general, so I'm hoping that I helped with that just a smidge. And maybe yelled a little bit in your name. So that being said, I will see you guys next time. Cheers, have a good one, and take care.